And that's one of those things, and those of y'all that have heard this in sports nutrition, you guys, I want y'all to learn how to eat and fuel yourself now. I don't want you to worry about losing 40 pounds when you're 40 years old. Because if you take care of business now, you will be at optimal health from now until you die. And that's when you know that you've balanced anabolic and catabolic. That's when you know that these chemical messengers that are so beautiful on this page, you have gotten the best out of what you were blessed with. And that's what living is about. That is what living is truly about. Okay? So we talk about your liver, you guys. Your liver does this thing where it increases protein synthesis. Now, let's go ahead and talk about my college-age friends. Some of my college-age friends consume enough alcohol to ensure that their liver does not function at optimal ability. So here's what, go back to my collegiate athletes. If the primary role of insulin-like growth factor is to increase protein synthesis, and I'm having someone crush it in the gym, let's go ahead and talk about Gronk. If I'm having someone crush it in the weight room, and yet they're chasing that weight room session with a 12-pack, what does that do to increase protein synthesis? It stops it. Okay? It stops it. Your body says, man, I can either help you build muscle or I can help you metabolize this alcohol. I can't do both. You choose. Because remember, your body will respond to, and people are like, man, I didn't tell my liver to not build muscle when I was drinking that 12-pack. Yes, you did. People have a hard time connecting that your behaviors are exactly what you're asking your body to do. People are like, you know what? I never asked to have diabetes. Let's think about what you eat. So do you think eating that way was you putting up a billboard and your body saying, the only thing I can do is get diabetes? Now, we know that there are some diseases that people do have that they necessarily didn't ask for. But also what we do know is the fact that if you do have a disease, you can make that disease better by taking care of your health. You guys, I know that personally. I was super glad that all we were doing on Monday was grading exams, because I was not on my A game on Monday because of some things that were going on in my world. I have epilepsy, okay? It's under control with medication, and I take care of myself, and I know some of my triggers. I had eaten a lot of sugar on Sunday. I have been in a phase where the full moon is kicking my ass, and I haven't slept in like 4 nights, okay? You take someone that has epilepsy and you get them sleep deprived, and you put sugar in my system, okay? I did not have a seizure on Monday, but I had to take more medicine. I was having what's called an aura. I knew that I was not okay. Thank goodness my medicine comes in and protects me from myself. But you guys, if I have a seizure, I lose my driver's license. So me following the straight and narrow is highly critical to me, because I know that when I jack with my hormones, okay, it can make me have a seizure. Okay, when I jack with my insulin-like growth factor and drink too much, whenever I mess with my pancreas and eat too much sugar, you know, my warning sign is, Amy, you have the potential to have a seizure. Don't do that. Whereas if I didn't own that, I could sit back and say, I didn't ask my body to do that. Yes, I did. Read the writing on the wall. You're responsible for your behaviors, and your body will respond to whatever you to. So be careful what you ask it to do. Okay? You guys, we talk about ovaries producing estradiol and progesterone. These are great things. These are big female sex characteristics. Here's my thing though. Do guys have a certain level of estradiol and progesterone? Yes or no? Yes. And you've heard my conspiracy theory on this as well. I think we're putting more hormones in milk. I think that soy is GMO'd. I think that males are getting more estrogen than ever before, and females. We don't need any more estrogen, any of us. We have plenty. Just ask, okay? We have plenty. You guys, another thing that's interesting with me is when I'm at that point in my cycle, when my estrogen levels are at their highest, I am at a higher risk of seizure. So if all of a sudden I'm at a high risk of seizure in my cycle, I'm drinking too much, I'm eating, which is, you think about all this, is the perfect storm of going to a party. True or false? Birthday cake, alcohol, full moon, not sleeping. If it happens to be right then, it is the perfect storm. So you have to be responsible for that, without a doubt. And then we think about testosterone being produced in the testicles. But now, here's a question I have. Okay, ladies. Read on your chart, take a moment, soak it all in. We know that some progesterone and some estradiol are produced in males. We also know that females produce testosterone, yes or no? Do we have testicles? No, don't have that equipment. Where do ladies produce our steroid hormones? It's on the, it says produce steroid hormones somewhere in there. Wanna look for it? Look for it.
Just somewhere on this page, or
Somewhere on this page. I'm gonna let y'all do that awkward pause while I drink water. Look for something that says increases steroid hormones. You know what's funny? It's not on this chart anymore. Joke's on me. Joke's on me. They didn't put it in here. But ladies, know this. Sorry. Beauty of being a human. You guys, ladies, in your adrenal medulla, so maybe you might write a note there. Ladies' adrenal medullas helps us find a little bit more testosterone. What that does is it goes around and it grabs a little bit more free testosterone. Okay, and I think that mentions that over when we talk more about testosterone. We'll find out that together. Okay, so ladies, we do have testosterone, yes or yes?
Yes.
It's a good thing. You guys, hey listen. Where? Adrenal medulla. Okay. And here's when we talk about, guys, look at, we see the heart being an atrial peptides. You guys, this regulates all of our electrolytes. Quick question. Remember, use your experiences. You have this. Has anyone in here ever been dehydrated? Yes. Okay. Have you ever noticed that when you are dehydrated, your resting heart rate is higher? Why is that so?
It doesn't ever feel like it.
You've never noticed that?
I mean, I usually just get like really slow and like,
Yeah.
you see.
But what happens is, it's a sympathetic response. Your heart rate increases. So your heart rate increases because it's trying to circulate blood faster so that it can find any more sodium, any more potassium in your blood, so that it can help regulate that. Isn't that cool that that's a built-in protection mechanism? Yes!
Okay, so when you're dehydrated, do you notice like yourself like holding water and you feel bigger because is that a thing? Like,
You mean like holding water in your gut?
well, like you just feel yourself like holding more water when you don't drink enough. Yeah, I get it.
Oh, I do believe that once you become a hydrator and you're not a hydrator, your body will. Because remember, it'll respond to whatever you ask it to. But I think, you know, it's kind of funny that the best diuretic on the planet is actually water. So the best way to get rid of water is to drink water. So that's why when you're not drinking water, it is going to hold on to it. But if you've ever been in like a heat illness situation where you're really truly dehydrated, you're gonna feel that resting heart rate go up by about 10 beats because it's trying to regulate your electrolytes. Because when your electrolytes are out of balance, that's when you're at risk for a heart attack or a seizure. So, and that's just even normal people, okay? Excellent question, excellent question. Okay, you guys, how many of you really realized the greatness of your kidneys? You guys, they produce a hormone called renin. And you guys, this helps with our kidney functions, the permeability of our urine, the output of our urine. So all of these hormones come together to create this brilliant mix of chemical messengers that are going on all around our body. So you needed to, I told you we'd spend the whole day talking about